Welcome to Last Orders, the podcast about the podcast. We're going to talk with some of the players about the recent episode of the Crowded Tavern, more specifically, episode 7, The Bad Ones Ritual. With me today I have my trusted friend and ally, Amanda. Say hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Welcome. Also with us we have two guests, Jake, aka Benjamin.
How's it going?
And Adam, aka Strix.
Hello.
So, how are people feeling today?
Honestly, I feel like... Sorry, for the people listening online, I have a bit of a cold, so apologies if you hear any weird sniffles and stuff. But yeah, apart from that, I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
I'm good.
I'm starting to wake up. Now I've got my energy drink.
There you go. And I'm just back after a week away, so obviously I'm even more tired than when I went.
But you had a lovely time, right?
I had a great time. Mm-hmm.
Good.
I've had such an unproductive day as well, so I feel like everyone here is ready and good to go, right?
As good to go as we can possibly be.
This counts as productive, right? We're being productive right now.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did one piece of work today, and this, so therefore it was
Two
a productive
pieces.
Thursday.
2 pieces. Done.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, I guess, I've done one piece of work, then I had a quick call with someone you know very well, Amanda, who I'm starting another podcast together with, and now I'm having this. So I guess that I'm productive anyway, even though I say that I'm unproductive.
It's true.
Yeah. Thursday's delivery day for us, so we've been doing a whole bunch of delivery drops this morning.
What did you roll? It's
What did I roll?
You're delivering dice, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that joke met, so let's carry on.
Yeah, sorry, I feel like I'm missing something.
All right. How did everyone feel about the latest episode of whatever show we're doing?
It was a good episode.
Awesome. There we go. That's it. The end. Thank you for listening.
Right, I'm going to go collapse on my bed.
I need some more of this.
Yeah.
So how about we started you, Jake, then at Benjamin, because Benjamin had a little bit of catching up to do because Jake couldn't be there for an episode. So how was that whole experience?
Yeah, I felt like that episode was definitely a bit more Benjamin orientated. I really wanted it to, no offense to you, of course, Mike, but I really wanted it to hurry up because I felt like I was taking away from most of it. But it was good to outline I was very happy that I managed to go back because as far as I was aware, you were just going to carry on the story and I'd just be quickly running to help my friends or stuff. So it was nice to have quite a bit of backstory. And yeah, I feel like I definitely caught up to once we introduced, or when I caught up to my fellow friends and such. Was slightly concerned when I got shot by an arrow, but I think that's pretty common for a young lads. I don't know why I went with lads, but there we go. But yeah, the episode I found really, really interesting. Actually, I feel like this episode in particular hit a little bit more because I think when Auburn fell into the lava, I feel like that was the first time during this playthrough that I generally felt quite a lot of fear, and I was in and out of character because obviously Benjamin doesn't need to deal with this and I certainly don't need to deal with this. And I feel like everyone at that moment was trying to think of ways of how to save Auburn, and I really loved that.
And from my point of view, that was me being so frustrated. That was all right, what can I do here? There's lava right next to it. We'll shove him into lava and see how they react to it.
Yeah, I think we all could tell that you're a little bit, peed off because we were just trying to kill your favorite person at the time, apparently. You got to learn that the party controlled the session, not the dungeon master, okay?
Apparently so. And it's actually quite funny because at one point before he did the move where he was going to run away, I was sort of like thinking, do I just do the DM move and being like, hey, he's running over here now, grabbing this mag can and this goblin chieftain, and then he's just running through the gate, and then you just have to pursue him, or should I stop him in the door? And I regret so much that I stopped him in the door.
Rocky error.
So yeah.
Yeah, sorry, we're too tenacious. We need to kill them right away.
It sure seems like it. So and this just okay.
Just like sat on the microphone. It's fine.
I have to be a little bit honest as well, because I sort of effed up the encounter a little bit as well, because obviously the big dude is not, is 100% homebrew version of the smaller ones that you were fighting. So I got a little bit confused about some of the abilities that they have. So you actually had an easy encounter. I just want to point that out to you, because I knew, I remembered. And I think this is, what happens when there's 2 weeks between you doing a session, because in the previous session, those Nothics that you were fighting, they have multi-attack. They can attack twice.
Oh.
And in my brain, I remember that I adjusted some things for the large dude, and so I was thinking, the large dude has multi-attack and the small ones don't. When in fact, how it was supposed to be was that all the small ones were supposed to have 2 attacks and the large one were supposed to have 3 attacks. So
wow, okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the fact that the large one didn't go down the tunnel is your fault because you made the encounter too easy.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I brought it all on myself.
Just can't get a good DM these days.
I know, right? I know. Which is also right, because I knew that this was going to be a tough encounter, and then Strix was just charging in there, and I was like, what? Why?
Well, I mean, you gave me because you teed me up with the whole they've got all the hostages and they're all tied up, and he's raising a great axe to do a thing, and I was like, oh well, I guess I go then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But he was actually cutting into one of these mech cans to opening up, and that brought some interesting, let's call it side effects, with the whole encounter as well. Besides, he absorbing so much power that he became like a super version of these Nothics. You guys also, even Benjamin, all of you got a little bit of a power boost. Is that something that the characters have thought about yet? Or did they just react to the whole combat situation?
Do you want to go first, Strix?
Yeah, I guess Strix so far, Strix has just been reacting to everything. In the cave, he's not, because obviously it's seconds have passed. He's not had time to think about much. If we short rest, then he'll probably have a chance to maybe digest what's just happened. But yeah, he was definitely just flying on instinct through that fight.
And what is Adam thinking?
Adam's thinking that Nessa is not going to let that much power out.
What is Nessa thinking?
I don't know if Nessa has noticed, because she's just been fighting and pulling Auburn out of lava. And yeah, like Adam said, it's just literally been seconds. It hasn't been a very long time. So I don't think she's noticed. And if your next question is, what does Amanda think? Amanda has also not noticed, because she doesn't have a level 8 character sheet, so she's actually not sure what the difference between level 4 and level 8 is for a monk off the top of her head. Especially when she was not expecting it to come midway through the episode.
Yeah, to be fair, I think, just to be 100% clear, this is definitely not something I'm going to do, at least not in this way again, because scaling characters up and down is just it's horrible. Don't do it, especially mid combat. And it's been a fun experiment, but I'm over it. But to be fair, I think it's like the casters that is like most impacted by it, because they have spells that they can pick at different points, and I know, Adam, that you and I spoke a little bit about it, where you were like, hey, do my character still know this spell? Because technically he hasn't forgotten, right? But it's not actually on that character sheet that I gave you. So I think the conclusion was that, no, of course he hasn't forgotten the spell. So if you have the spell slot for it, it's fine. Just use it. So this is definitely something that I would probably... If I were to do something similar again, handle it in a different way. But yeah.
Are you saying we're not all level 8 for the rest of the campaign now? Damn.
I mean,
right.
Depends what you're doing.
It depends on Neza.
Perhaps. At least I think the characters definitely very soon realizes that these mechanics can definitely be used for to gain an advantage in battle, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Neza.
I'm sure they could. They also get us home.
Although this one's had an axe sliced into it, so I'm not
it's just
sure you'd be
leaking
able to
power.
close it if you wanted to.
It's leaking power. I can't do anything about this one.
I can hear the cat purring. It's amazing.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. So yeah, and then Auburn, basically did get thrown into lava. To be fair, I think I probably did it in a little bit out of frustration, but I also thought it was a very cool moment when it happened.
I agree.
Right?
It was definitely a moment of like, shit.
I was also totally unprepared for it. So if you've listened to the edited episode, you don't actually realize, but we had to take a break in between me throwing him into the lava and then having to look up rules to see how much does lava actually hurt. And let's just put it that way.
How dead is Auburn?
It hurts a lot.
It really does. I think during that break as well, I think a lot of us quickly had a look and we're like, oh fuck.
Speak for yourselves. I went pee.
Priorities,
I guess that is one way you can put out lava if you really want to.
Well, sure.
Yes. How much liquid could a bladder actually hold in this game?
A lot.
So, yeah. Benjamin, you also had you got a little bit more into or got to talk a little bit more to some of the people back at camp. I don't know if you remember. I mean, it's been a while, and it was right in the beginning of the session. But what are your takeaways from those small moments?
I feel like there was a lot of confusion between if the rest of the people at camp actually liked our party, and obviously there's some issues with what's his name, Crunk, or what's his name? I've forgotten. Crash.
Thrack.
Courage. Thrack, yeah. I was gonna go Frush then, but that was like a whole other thing.
Well, yeah, we're not going there.
Yeah. Yes. It was nice to know that Frack actually respects us a little bit, which was quite nice. And I'm excited to see how much Benjamin has an influence on Auburn's new girlfriend. That we're classing right now. We're classing that right now. At least in Benjamin's mind, it's very nice. But yeah, it's a nice chance for Benjamin it was a nice chance for Benjamin just to get a little bit more of an insight into some of the people. He seems that he can still help, even the very basic things like making the bed out of leaves and such. It's nice to be reassured that his killer boy instincts are still there as a scout. Not actually, you get it.
Yeah, I have to admit that the whole scene with Coxie was so amusing to me because I didn't see, anything that you did in that scene. I didn't see that coming, pushing him in front of the tent opening. And I was like, just not even sure how to actually act that scene out myself when you were doing it. I was just like, oh, I didn't see this coming.
Benjamin's a little rebel, what can I say?
Apparently so, yeah. We need to do something about it. And wait, did I say that loud? Whoops. And then
Panic.
yeah, but there were definitely introduced at least a new name of a person that didn't seem super happy with the party. So any thoughts where that is headed?
Not entirely. No, not entirely.
Okay.
That's all I got to say on that, if I'm honest.
Okay. That's a shame because I don't know either, and I just needed some pointers. So. I feel like
I'm sure it'll blow over.
Yeah. It's nothing.
It's actually Wartham in disguise.
Who knows? I mean, you did see him leave the camp.
It's true. It's true.
Wartham. We keep adding an H in there. There's no H.
Wartham.
I do it myself as well, and maybe I should just put an H in there. I'm not sure, but the original name was Wartham.
It's fine. We get confused with Frack all the time. I had to remember again then.
Look, names are hard.
Yeah, exactly. We're on a new planet. There's so much going on. We don't have time for names.
Such a waste of time, really.
Yeah.
Who needs them? But yeah, Wartham was definitely there, doing something.
Mm-hmm. Doing a thing.
Doing a thing.
Any ideas?
Maybe doing something that we saw.
Oh,
at the end of the previous episode.
Potentially, yeah.
Well, I don't know what that was. So, if you want to alleviate, that's fine. Or, tune in on YouTube to go see that episode.
I mean, the previous episode where you weren't there ended a little just, let's have a look at what happened somewhere else in the world where Wartham was talking to someone from the camp that wasn't you guys. And just because someone needed a little bit of, help being useful, perhaps. So.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Watch this space. Who is it? I don't know.
Don't know either. If you haven't figured it out yet, then I'm not going to tell it.
Wait, are we actually supposed to figure it out?
I don't know if you want to. I'm not forcing you to figure anything out. It's just fun for me to hear you speculate.
He's the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think
you figured it out.
I think you said it was a human, and I think there are like 2 named humans, so it's probably one of those.
Yeah, most likely. I think Danny figured it out. He has a contender for the role. So, speaking of Danny, Auburn had a little meltdown.
Poor Auburn.
Coming down from a high of being a shifter and also shooting a friend.
Serves him right.
Oh dear.
No, I feel like we all. Well, apart from me and Arlene, I feel like we all felt slightly bad for his little meltdown. I feel like that was actually a really nice bonding moment for Benjamin and Arlene, just like looking on in like sheer disgust of what was going on. But it was quite humorous for sure.
I feel really bad that it was Neza that went after him because like he needed someone a lot nicer.
Yeah, but I mean,
so Arlene.
Yeah.
The nicest one. Yeah.
I guess. But I don't know. I feel like Auburn and Ness also has like some weird relationship already, because he is, Auburn. It seems like Auburn. Obviously, I can't speak for Danny, but it seems like Auburn really trusts in Nessa. and you also had, the introduction scene together, and I even in the small, pre-documents I wrote for everyone, both of you mentioned that you have seen each other beforehand, training in the same small park and things like that. So I feel like your characters are sort of connected in some way.
We're friends.
I'm not saying that you're not friends.
No,
I'm
I'm saying we're friends. We're friends with a history of looking at each other from across a crowded courtyard.
This is how love starts.
No. Oh my god, no, she's too awkward.
You can't silence the truth.
How many people are you setting Auburn up with right now, Jake?
So I don't care.
So I guess we have to get a vote started on Twitter or something. But who's the best couple?
Come up with ship names.
Yeah. No?
No. I mean, go ahead. But if anybody votes for Neza, she will literally punch you all.
Wow.
Would
She rolled a
just
three
Neza
for
at all
a
in any
A
ship?
3.
She's what? A 3?
She rolled a 3 for a hug. That's like Auburn deserves at least someone who can roll a 12 for a hug. You know?
You tried. That's all that matters.
She tried something. Oh. There.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone having any moments besides the ones that we talked about that, I feel like we have been around the most, but
So I have a question for everybody else. And Marty and I very, very, very briefly talked about this yesterday, actually. But I want to hear what you two think, Jake and Adam. A 16-year-old was shot with an arrow.
Hi.
How do we feel about that as like a, I don't know, a thing, like a violence against minors kind of thing?
I think because the reason that I asked that question was that we do some YouTube shorts and some, what are they called, TikToks, stuff like that, and I was searching for a scene, and it was actually a funny scene, with Benjamin being shot randomly because Auburn was trigger happy, but then I was like, yeah, but this character is 16 years old. I think that it works fine. It's not overly violently done or anything in the actual episode, but I was just a little bit if we make a TikTok out of it, then we're just focusing on what leads up to this and that, so it's out of context. So that was why I was a little bit worried. But yeah, how did you feel about the scene when it actually was, when it happened, and with the thought that Benjamin is a 16-year-old?
Yeah, I feel like we've approached the topic before on here, and I think going back to when we first started, like planning this campaign, we were going through our checklist to see what we're happy with, and I feel like in this circumstance, it was an accident. It wasn't anything on purpose, and it certainly wasn't anything that was more intentional. So I definitely see it as more as a humorous take on, just an accident. However, obviously, some people can be a little bit more wary of these things. So on a personal level, I don't think it was too bad, because obviously there's no intention behind it and there's no physical violence towards this character. If it was meant out of bad intentions, then maybe it would be a little bit more of an issue. But for me, I feel like we covered it fairly well.
Yeah.
Don't know about you, Adam.
Yeah. I think I generally agree that, like you say, like it was very clear the whole time that it was accidental, and I think like when you're playing D&D, there are certain things that like you can like that are optional that you can and like that you might have as part of your campaign and you might not have as part of your campaign. Like for example, romance might not be appropriate if you've got a younger character, but like violence happening to your character is kind of a not optional thing. Like that's going to come up. Obviously, it's a bit different when it comes from a player character, but again, it wasn't intentional. Like if Auburn had like rolled a nat 1 for shooting at something standing right next to Benjamin, then it's like, well, maybe you shot Benjamin. Like that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree with those takes as well. And I think, when you have it in context, I think it's fine. But that is also why I was like, I don't think we should make this the TikTok that we, we air for this episode, because it's quickly taken out of context. Obviously, if you don't know the series, you also don't know your age. But if you do know, you do know, So that was... So my question to Amanda was like, do we want to make this into a TikTok or not? But then I found another equally funny moment also involving Benjamin. So I was like, let's go with that instead. So
it's involving everyone and Benjamin, really.
And Benjamin, really, yeah.
Can we ask which one it was?
Benjamin had to constantly answering the question, why are you here? So I cut that side into a super cut. So
yeah.
So,
and it just ends with you going, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
First time Benjamin has sworn in his life, but he's around adults now. He's growing up. Jeez.
So yeah. But no, I totally agree that out of context probably not good. In context, it's fine. It's D&D. I think it's fine in this context. I mean, even you and I, Jake, talked about, we should probably not, have a torture scene or something like that with the 16-year-old boy, and so I had to cut that out of the script. So no, it was never in there. That's just my stupid humor. So yeah, I think that was it. Okay, I do have a few community questions as well, because Adam was so nice to ask us questions for the last episode, but he did it too late, so we had already recorded the episode. So Adam, now you can answer your own questions. How do you feel about
I can't remember what I asked.
So the first question for everyone, I guess, is what's something you're really hoping will happen before the end of the season?
Ooh, okay. I'm going to need to think about that one, so Nessa, you can go first.
Well, I think I know what you want. You really want Auburn to find love.
I do know. That's the thing, yeah. That's my part of the question done, yeah.
Okay, you answer for me then.
Nessa really, really, really wants to get home and leave Frack behind.
Cool. Marty, you do Adam.
Okay. What would Strix want? It doesn't even... I think Strix just wants to live his best owl life. Among friends.
No, I don't think that's true at all.
No, that's rubbish.
Strix wants to be able to reanimate dead every single morning with no issues.
Exactly, his friends. That's his friends. Come on.
Strix wants to reanimate Red, specifically.
Red is still alive.
Oh, is it Blue who died?
Blue. Yeah, Blue.
Okay, then Strix wants Blue to come back.
Oh, okay. So I guess the answer actually is Strix wants Blue to come back or find a Blue substitute.
There is no substitute
Who
for
knows?
Blue.
Maybe there is.
It will have to be Chartreuse.
Personalities and feelings. We all know this.
Maybe he got reincarnated into a different undead. I don't know how that works. But...
You leave Blue alone.
maybe he's
if water goes after Blue, we're not happy.
Maybe Blue is a spider zombie now.
Oh no.
Oh god.
So how about you, Adam? What do I want? Before...
Oh, do I have to guess?
I guess that's how we're playing this now. So.
I mean, I would have said to finish in 10 episodes, but I'm pretty sure that's not happening at this point. So, no, actually, I know. I think Marty wants us to permanently level up.
Yes.
That's my guess. I think Marty wants to stop switching between level 8 and level 4.
That would be nice.
Nice.
I wish.
That would be nice.
Or 5 or 3, whatever your character happens to be.
Yeah. That would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah. Working on that. You're almost there. But that was always the plan. The plan was always for you to regain your power. So I think we're almost there. I mean, we should be, because we're almost at episode 10. So yeah, almost there. Just a little bit closer.
Well, speaking of things that are going to happen between now and the end of the campaign, we're episode 7 of 10-ish now.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I learn about the planet we're on, the less I think we're likely to find any kind of pub or establishment of that kind of thing on this planet. So the thought came to me the other day, is the titular Crowded Tavern that like disco bar where Strix and Arlene met? Is that the Crowded Tavern?
Good question. It's I mean, I can say that it's a crowded tavern. It was very crowded, as if I remember correctly.
It was quite crowded.
Yeah. So maybe it is. Maybe the goal. Go ahead.
Or furthermore, because this world is so unique, we open up our own tavern on this
There we go.
That was
and
my
invite
thought.
all our friends through the portal of death. Make sure they land safely, and then we
Make
can
sure
have
they
a
don't
great
get cut
old
in
time.
half.
Exactly, and we'll get zombies to transport to play as well.
Perfect.
Sure.
There we go. You figured it
We
out.
wrote the story for you, Marty. It's fine.
I mean, don't even need 10 episodes now. We can end the next episode if we want to. Just go
Perfect.
go back to base and make a tavern, and job's done.
Also, open the portal and, that.
Oh yeah,
that
so
part
you
of
can
it.
get zombies for transport over. So they
Yeah,
can
that's
play.
the only reason.
Yeah.
Nez is a brewer, so apparently. So
Oh, yeah.
we can make beer.
Is she a brewer?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know
Yeah.
that. Didn't know that.
Neither did I until I was looking at her character sheet recently. I was like, I picked that. Interesting. Very good. Smart.
It's not like we've been like playing for 7 episodes or anything. No.
Well, it's very rare that I go over to the screen with the brewer stuff.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean,
The opportunity really hasn't come up.
it feels like you're almost done and almost figured everything out.
Definitely.
So, who's your character more afraid of right now, Autumn or the dragon? And Marty, who do you think we are more afraid of? To be fair, it feels like you're not as scared of Autumn at all, and so I think currently it's the dragon that you're more worried about, because I think all of you know the stats for a dragon, and none of you know the stats for Autumn. So I would go with dragon. How well did I do?
Nez is not afraid of either of them.
Okay.
Strix is definitely more afraid of the dragon. For like, I guess similar reasons. Obviously, Strix doesn't know what a dragon is or the stats blocks for a dragon, but Strix has seen it use its breath weapon, whereas Strix hasn't really seen Autumn do much of anything.
That's a good point. I don't know where I stand. I feel like my first encounter with the Glizzard, the dragon, was, I just wanted to chase after it. At that point, I thought it was going to be a new friend. So, and then Wolfram also gave me friends. So I don't know. I guess I'm impartial to both at this point.
Benjamin is not afraid of Autumn, is he?
I feel like he's growing a bit more concerned now. He's learning more about us as a group, but I wouldn't say scared, maybe just cautious. I'd say.
Yeah. That's the impression that I got as well from the conversation that they had. That he's not scared of him, but he's definitely. I mean, I think I already got that a few episodes ago. That he's definitely, just cautious. Yeah, is the word. So
yeah, I agree.
And interesting enough, we already spoke a little bit about this, but one of Adam's questions was also, if you had to put money on 2 characters becoming romantically involved before the end of the season, who would it be? Benjamin, go ahead, or Jake, go ahead.
So the question I have is it like our characters and NPCs, or is it like 2-player characters. Who do you mean, Adam? Or do you care?
Any 2 characters.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it could even be 2 NPCs if you really want.
Oh my god, is Frack gonna find love?
I feel like if we really wanted to, I think Threk could pull Nessa.
I don't think so.
Well, Frank does think very highly of you. Maybe this is Benjamin's next topic. Oh, Benjamin's gonna turn into a right little Cupid. Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Anyone else have any ideas?
No, apart from Auburn and
Coxie.
Katzy, yeah. I'd say probably no immediate ones, but I think that's just Benjamin's wants that to happen. You know, Auburn needs someone like Katzy.
But they're both so skitterish and afraid.
I know, that's why they're perfect together. It's like opposites don't attract. You need fearfulness. That's what you need.
All right.
Joint fearfulness.
No, they just need to get together while Open shifted.
Oh god, that sounds very. Nope, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. Hi.
So, no romance in the air in this campaign.
I think it is Orban and Coxie now. Is the obvious. Like if it's going to happen, it's going to be them. When I asked the question, I thought it was a bit more open, a bit like there's like some vague murmurings in a lot of places, but really nothing's like developed that far at all. Whereas now it's like Benjamin's decided that it's Orban and Coxie.
What's the boy to do?
I mean, that's fair. That is fair. No, I think, to be fair, I don't see any obvious ones either. I think the only thing, is that Auburn and Nessa did have that contact, but, beforehand, that could be interpreted as something in that, if you wanted to. I described it very vaguely in the document, but Amanda says that Nessa doesn't think so. So
I don't think Nessa likes love.
Do you have any? Does she have any science to back that up with?
I don't think she's interested in relationships.
No, we got that already from just general relationships,
including romantic and/or sexual ones. I don't think she has any interest.
That's fair.
That is fair. How about Strix? He's not going to look for an owl friend in the woods, maybe.
I can't see it, but
fair enough. All right, and last question from Adam. Do you remember this one, Adam? It has nothing to do with
2 weeks ago.
It has nothing to do with this campaign. So what's
I did throw a random one in, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Is it about like video games or something?
It is. What's the video game you spent the most total hours of your life playing? I know.
Of my entire life?
I know my answer.
Oh gosh. Oh, mine would probably be City Skylines. Actually, I'm addicted to that. Well, since it came out, more so. Yeah, I'd say that. I think, in fact, whilst we're answering questions, I'm gonna have a quick look at my hours.
Do you want to? Do you really want to?
Not really. Nope. No, I did not want to. Holy shit. That would be 5,627 hours.
5,000. What? How many? 5,600?
Yeah, 5,629.
So that's 233 days, correct?
Probably something about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I can beat that.
When did that come out?
Okay, I can.
2009.
Does Marty play WoW by any chance?
Yeah.
I play World of Warcraft, and on my characters on my current server, I have almost 600 hours among those, and that's just the server that I'm on now. And I have been on 2 other servers in my life, and I haven't accounted for my, the first batch of characters that I made back in the day. So it's probably closer to 700-800 hours, I would say. Hours,
my defense,
days. Sorry, days.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like, that's a lot less than 5,000.
Yeah, sorry.
hours.
It wasn't hours, days. Days.
But
so,
Cities came out in 2015. WoW's been out since 2004.
Yeah. So you're saying that you're trying to beat me within the next?
No, maybe we'll see.
Wait, hold on. It's only been out since 2015. What percentage of your time since it came out have you spent playing City Sky?
COVID was a very difficult time for me.
Now it just looks like Adam's laughing at you. COVID was terrible for me. Haha, sucks to be you.
I mean, it was funny in context.
I think what did COVID do for me? D&D basically, because that's when we started playing D&D. So
True.
yeah. So we can thank COVID for this show, I guess.
I guess so.
In some weird way.
In a weird
Sure.
way.
Thank you, COVID-19, for being the sponsor of this show.
So my most played video game is Skyrim.
Really?
How many days?
I don't know how many days.
Okay.
Probably like 500 or 600 hours. So actually not that many days. Could be tied with Elder Scrolls Online. But because I've played on places that don't track hours easily, combined with numbers on Steam, I don't have accurate numbers, so it's only really a guess. The answer could also be like Super Mario 3. And like no one really knows.
How about you, Adam? Do you play video games?
Yeah, I suspect my answer to this is similar to like Pokemon Red and Blue. I'm deep into the double digits in terms of the numbers of playthroughs I've done on that. But
Nice.
don't know. If it's not that, it's League of Legends. Used to play a lot of League.
Oh, really? 2 games that I've actually never touched.
Haven't in a long time.
I haven't played either of those.
Don't play League.
I always stayed away from League because I always heard how toxic the game was. So,
Yeah, very much.
and then I look at World of Warcraft and I'm like, not that much better sometimes.
I will say for League, like, it's definitely a game where you can ignore the community. Like, you really don't need to actively talk to people and coordinate that much. You could just ping, like, go here, and that's all. That's all the communication you need to have with your team. Yeah, it's not good. It's.
I mean, to be fair, I think whenever there's some kind of competitive play involved, I think that quickly happens, especially if the game then gets very popular. Then I think that will also be a lot of people who, having a little bit trouble with that competitive spirit, and yeah. So I think it's natural, sadly, that happens in these types of games.
Damn. Take us back to Unreal Tournament.
I've only played that alone. I've never played it online, but I played a lot of it back in. I just had so much fun just playing with the NPCs and winning all the time. So yeah. All right. Do you have any questions for me? Anything here towards the end?
So why do you want us to go down the tunnel so bad?
Because I made a map for it.
Is that the only reason? There's just a map there.
It's not the only
nothing
reason.
down there. Nothing down there at all. No, nothing that we should be worried about.
It's also because he made an encounter.
There is potentially an encounter there. There's potentially also something that your characters can use, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it's also just a quick way out. Who knows?
Probably already.
I swear, if there's
It's
a
at least
dragon
occurred to
in this
Adam and probably
cave,
soon will occur to Strix. But yeah, we've seen 3 mag cans already in this cave, I think.
Yes.
yeah.
And it's like
that would bring
maybe
you.
there's more.
That would bring you up to a total of... How many do you have? 2 plus
We
the
have 2.
broken one, so
Plus the
3. And 3 here, so that's 6. And you did already just figure out with your tablet that the last bus had 4 on it. And we all know where that went, right? So...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bus we haven't found yet, right?
Well, I guess
No?
we don't know where they got these from. These are dragon worshipping people. Maybe they got the mag
That's
cans
true.
from the dragon.
That's a good point. Yeah, they are dragon worshipping people. That is a good
There
point.
is a dragon in this cave, isn't there? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
The fact that
there's a
you're
big stone
silent, it
dragon.
doesn't say good to me.
Sorry, come again?
There's a dragon in this cave, isn't there?
How would that be able... It's such a small cave. How would that be...
We don't know what's on the other side of those tunnels. Maybe it's not small. Maybe it's very, very large.
Maybe it
Oh, yeah.
opens up
That is
into
true.
the great wide wilderness.
But why had they walled off those...
So that there are no dragons inside the cave.
But they're worshipping the dragon. They must be doing that because they like the dragon, right? Or
It's because they like it, doesn't mean we do.
or maybe they're trying... Are they trying to get rid of it? No. Yes? Oh, I love messing with you. It's amazing.
I mean, maybe it is just a statue of a dragon that they built, but maybe like they were doing a ritual or something with the mag cans and the goblin sacrifices to bring it to life, and maybe they've finished enough of it, and we're gonna have to fight a big dragon golem. Who knows?
Oh, that would make sense. Oh. They're bringing back
I mean,
dragons.
We should just leave. Just leave the cave.
Yeah, let's just go home. We don't need
Yeah.
to explore this
There
place
might be
anymore.
mag cans in the
Fine.
cave.
We have enough mag cans to get us home.
I mean, you did
Like-
capture
like
one of
real-
those. You did capture one of those Nothics, so maybe he has some. Or they, I don't even know if they're gendered. Maybe they have some information.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe they don't know anything.
Or maybe they know everything.
Maybe they don't know the end of the campaign, and you just need to ask them about it, and then we can be over and done with this.
Perfect. It's they are trying to summon a tavern.
There it is.
Saves us building it.
There it is.
Oh no, we just build it so that they stop corrupting goblins.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
we'll go with that. There we
Yeah.
go. That's the campaign. That's all we're here for. To stop them corrupting goblins. I'm just messing.
You make it sound really pathetic. Like that's like poor Or. Like half her group is now a corrupted, one-eyed, twisted goblin nothing thing.
And the other half is, apparently dead if you're
Yeah.
counting bodies in the cave.
Right.
Benjamin wasn't there. I don't know this.
Benjamin basically stumbled upon 2 dead
I
goblins.
found even more bodies,
I ran past. I wasn't focused on them. I'm here to save my friends and get shot by an arrow, apparently. You know?
All right. I think that's it. I think that's all we had this week. Me personally, I'm very much looking forward to for the next session. Hope you do too.
No, I hate it.
Always.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. I'm so excited. I want to see what else happens for sure.
Awesome. If you were listening, if you have any questions for us or just want to get in contact, you can do that on social media. We are pretty much everywhere these days at Crowded Tavern. So you can find the full list over at our website, thecrowdedtavern.com. You can also join our Discord at thecrowdedtavern.com/Discord, because we have that URL now. I need to change my document here. And yeah, that's it, right, Amanda? Nothing else to add to that, right?
The only thing I can add to that, because that was perfectly executed, is to like, subscribe, rate, review wherever you do the things that you do.
Yeah, do that. Share it with all your friends. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you did that. And guys, thanks for being here.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Bye.